Hello friends. So today we'll be talking about a AI agent that is browser-use. We have already discussed in our past video what are AI agents and how they are different from LLM. So basically LM generate the text, but if you want to perform a activity, you need an agent to it. So every agent have a specific capabilities it can do. So similarly, this is an agent which is for the browser. As they have mentioned, they can do any repetitive online task and no coding is required. And to use the browser you can either use its UI version. So you can just pay as $30 per month and you can start working in a chat interface similarly as ChatGPT and you can work it, or you can access its APIs. So you can, it is a pay as you go model. So they have their in-house LLM or hosted LLM, and the more you will be consuming the APIs, the more you need to pay for it. This is how you can use the browser use. So we'll be using another option, that is through directly using their code. So what we'll be doing is that we will be working with their code, Git code, and we will be using our LLM. So if you want to use their LLM, again, so they have two options. You can use either pay by usage, or you can even use their UI interface. But in our case, we will be using our LLM so that we know that how much LLM to use. We can switch the LLM so we have total control over it. This is a binding in Python. To work with browser use, you will be using by Python. Also in this demo, we will be working with Playwright. We are using browser use, let's say prompt based. So it should not be used completely in a test automation. Let's say for the test automation of a project, you want to automate 100 scenarios. So it won't be the case that you will be using the prompts for those 100 test cases. If you're doing so, then your cost will over exceed. It will shoot up. What I suggest here is that you use the combination of Playwright and the browser use. So do all your automation testing using the Playwright. Also, you can do the stuffs which are not automatable through Playwright, or some complex scenarios their locators are not done. So you can use the browser use there. Now, this is not only used for testing purpose. If you just see their website, they have given the examples and it can do the stuff like you just give a stuff, add grocery items to a cart and do a checkout. So it will do completely that. Add a latest LinkedIn followers to my leads in Salesforce. So you just need to give a prompt and it will do the stuff. We'll be seeing an example, so we'll give you more idea about it. So let me open my VS Code. I have one project, Playwright browser use. I will create one test file .py and I will add some dummy code here. So in this code, what I'm doing is I am installing the PyTest library so that I want to show the integration of browser use with my Playwright. I will be using environment library because, as I mentioned before, we will be using our own LLM. So we need to provide the API keys for it. So for the same reason, let me just add one file env. And as mentioned in the documents, you can interact with different LLMs. Right? So I will be using OpenAI key. I will be using OpenAI LLM. And where you can get the key. So you need to visit your OpenAI developer account. You need to go on the API keys and you can just create a key and you can use that using Playwright and these browser use functions. So this video will be having some of the examples when I tried it without any preparation, like how this browser use, how they claim that they are very best. You just need to give a prompt and we will do every stuff, but there is a failure. I on the random I tried 2-3 simple examples using the prompts and it did fail. You have to give very good prompting, very good models, only this stuff will work out. So let's see how it goes. We will be installing all the dependencies. So first we will be creating a Python virtual environment. Then we will activate the environment. So we are using pip. So let me just update the pip. And we are then installing multiple libraries like PyTest, Python environment, the Playwright and the PyTest async. So these are the libraries we will be installing it, and then we will be installing the Playwright browsers as well. We'll be installing the browsers. We will be installing browser use library as well. Just again, if we are going through the code, so what we are doing is that we imported all the libraries, then we created one test using the PyTest library for the Python. And what we are doing is we are launching the browser in using the Chrome. So you can directly use the browser use as well. You can directly do a prompt, but my main objective here is to show the integration of Playwright with the browser use. So what I'm doing here is that I'm launching the browser using Playwright, then I'm navigating to this website of calendar, and then I'm clicking on this option of I understand using the Playwright functions, and then I'm using the agent. So if I visit this website, what it is like, so if you navigate to a website, so through which you can book an appointment with helping testers, it will just click on I understand using the Playwright, and rest of the function it will be using the browser use. So what it will be doing, it will be going finding the latest appointment with me, and it will click on next, fill the dummy details, and then will schedule an event. Name will be, let's say, something like this, and an appointment will be scheduled. It will verify the appointment is scheduled. What we'll be doing here is we are mentioning that with this browser agent, book the earliest appointment with dummy data which is ending with Yopmail. So with the Yopmail, you can just log in without any credentials. So just I'm saying that give any dummy data which should have the domain as Yopmail and schedule an appointment. And on the top of it, what I'm also saying is that you visit the Yopmail. I'm just saying that verify if the email has been received, so that it will go to the Yopmail and will verify the email has been achieved. If we try to do this using the automation, that is not possible basically. The UI automation of the emails are not possible because there are a lot of cache issues. The email locators are very dynamic. It is not developed according to that, and it is very tedious. If we try to automate Gmail or something, but we can do that with the browser use. So that is my main area here, that we can integrate both the Playwright plus the browser use. We are using the chat OpenAI, and we are using the model as GPT-4o. So this works best for a use case. You can try various models. You can try out different other LLMs as shared. You can use any LLMs here and you can work them out. And the temperature we have set it as 0.7, as mentioning 0 is very precise. So 0.7 is to keep it okay. I'm just waiting for 5 seconds when the operation is done, and just then close everything. So the integration of Playwright and the browser you can see in this case. Now let me run this. Let me open the terminal, and I'm just calling this using the test, which has launched the browser using the Playwright only. So it is not browser.use now. It clicked on I understand, and from now on the stuff of the browser use is coming up. So it will select and try to book the latest time with me. So it is checking. So it works on a lot of on vision, the UI as well, that which is available. It don't totally works on the locators that are traditional automation. So it is check the latest appointments for the next date, and 1 a.m. is the latest appointment time which it can get. So it has selected it, and it has navigated to the enter details page, and it is now try to enter a dummy data, and I have asked that the email domain should be @yopmail.com. Let's see if it using or not. Yes, so it has used test user @yopmail.com. Once all details filled, it will try to schedule an event. So it gives an error. It might be a server issue, but let's see. Again, it's a use case. Let's see what it does now. So there was an error, but what it is doing is it is trying to navigate to Yopmail to the same email ID, and it will see the email has been received or not. Let's see what it does now. It's a very good example. So it is failing, and now we are seeing that how it is working now. So it went to this email and it is trying to see if it has received the email or not. So it's still trying to identify the email is there or not. Now, let me just close it and just give you that these are some shortcomings as well. The shortcoming is that we have not told him here what specifically needs to do. We have just told him that see if the email has been received. We are not telling him till what time you need to check, how many retries you need to do and all that stuff. So it will keep on retrying it. Let me run it same again with test yummy test data, and let's see, because at that time I think, and add comments also, because the comments was left blank, so maybe that's the reason the calendar was not scheduled. So let me save it and run it and see how it's working now. So you show the shortcomings as well. So it is how good you are prompting. We didn't thought that if the email is not there, what it will happen. We didn't consider that case. So when we say that AI would be there, right? Everyone is scared. So definitely AI would be there, but the prompting skills, how good you are using the AI. So that is still needed. It won't do it everything on its own. So it's again trying to book the timing of 1 a.m. with me, and let's see what details it is entering now. It has now added the comment. And let's see the schedule happens or not. Again, it's not happened. It might be the case that this platform is very smart and it is identify that if name is test user, but you can see that how it is working perfectly fine with browser use. Let me take another example. Let me comment these two lines and just give a prompt: open browser Chrome and find me the cheapest and earliest flight from Delhi to Pune. So I'm very open for now. I'm not telling any website to visit, nothing. I'm just telling open Chrome and find me the cheapest flight from Delhi to Pune. And let's see how it works now. Let me just save it and run it. It has to open the browser. Okay, so Google is detecting as it is a robot. So let me tune it better. Let me support and navigate to, let's see how it works. It started at agent and it visit to make my trip. And let's see, it's an open question. It is entering credentials or not, or it will do a cancel. Let's see what it does. Because I just asked to get me the flight details. I didn't ask to log in or something. Let's see what it will do. Okay, instead of mobile, now it's trying that if it can log in via email. Okay, it's tried some test email and it's trying to log in. Very creative. We know that it won't work. It will try the ways, and let me just add more stuff. Skip the login and let me just cancel the login window and try to use it without login in. Let me be more descriptive. So navigate it to make my trip. No, it won't click. Again, it's not clicking. Let me just help it. Click it manually, and if it see that if it's working the next items correctly or not. That if is it able to find me the cheapest flight or not. It is again opening login. Delhi to Bangalore currently it is. Let me see if it's finding from Delhi to Pune. It is smart enough in that. And it is trying to select a date. Okay, so it's selecting 24th. It clicked on search. We're unable to connect to our systems. Website is down. I'm not sure it is browser use or something else. I tried two website and it is again and again giving some network error. Something detecting that it is an agent. Not sure. It's a failure for me. I tried it, but it's a failure for me. We'll be trying in another example, a simple use case, and let's see if it's able to do it or not. So this is a basic website. So it has a login and password with the details already mentioned here. Admin and password 123. Log in into it and just log out of the application. So it's a just simple task. Let's see if it's able to do that or not. Navigate to this URL, log in into the app, and then log out. Very simple and basic, and let's see if it works as well. Okay, so it started an agent. Let's see it's able to identify the admin and password. It like you need to understand itself what are the username and password. So it identified it beautifully. It's login into the application and it did log out. Yes, so this scenario worked beautifully. We can try changing the different models and maybe our make my trip scenario would work fine. Let me just try in another example and let's see if it's able to do it. Just a simple one. Print price of the train ticket from Delhi to Pune. But we are more open currently and see what it does now. I'm just asking to print the training ticket. Oh, I misspelled it. Training. Instead of train, I write training and let's see what it identifies, what it thinks now. Without the preparation, it is giving very beautiful examples, I would rather say. Okay, no. It is a robot. Let's just wait 2 minutes and see that is it able to prove itself it is robot or not. It went to IRCTC. It tried to click on Google, but Google said that it is a robot. So instead, it went direct to a website, IRCTC booking, and it will try to find the train tickets. I think that was very impressive. Oh, it stopped. So, guys, this is my overall analysis. Maybe it worked with another model, but what I'm using this model, it worked fine previously. But what I'm seeing is that it is failing very drastically. For the simple scenarios, it worked fine, but as though it claimed that give a simple prompt and it will do everything, I don't think it is working. But still, it is a very good tool out there. We can just try it out. What we'll do, I will just make another video of it and we will try to do the same stuff using the local LLM instead of OpenAI API keys. We will use our local LLM. Thank you guys.